Hello, hello. Come on in, everyone, and make yourself comfortable. We're going to get started in just a minute. I'm Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I'd love for you to come and watch and create and chat with us. So this is the stamp set, Strong and Beautiful, that I'm going to be using sentiments from. You can see it's beautiful fonts, not all the same font. It's a mixture, which is great, okay? And then did I use this? I used this on a sample that I'm going to show you, but this is the coordinating set that went with this beautiful pack of designer paper that's retiring. And I love it. I have used it and used it and used it, and I just dug it out. I thought I have got to make some more cards with that. So that's what we're doing tonight. So let me get started here, and I'll show you the first card. Okay, here it is, and it's a little trifold card. It's got a ribbon closure, and then it opens up like this. Now, I could have added panels in here, but I didn't want to make it too much. You could also put something here, and if I did this, I might put like a scripture verse here, okay, or cut some of the designer paper maybe and put some flowers. I haven't decided. I didn't want it to be too take away from the front and then the inside, okay? So anyway, that's what we're making tonight. So let's get started with the supplies we need. Okay, first off, I'm starting off with a piece of that designer paper. We're going to use this same pattern that the sample was, and it is 5 1/4 by 12 and scored at 4 8. Okay, so it's going to fold in over on itself like that, but it buckles a little bit there, so we need to slice off about 1/8 of an inch on this side. So let me get my trimmer, and let's try this. And you could do a little less than that, but see there, it's got a good closure then, and it overlaps a little bit there, but that's okay. So, hi Lynn. Oh, I'm glad you get to watch. Yay. All right, so there is our card base, okay? Now, we're also going to need a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of Whisper White. That's going to mount over top, okay? But we're going to do the closure first before we do anything else, okay? And I'm going to show you that in a minute, but let's go on with the insides of the card. And I'll have all these dimensions up tomorrow or Saturday on my blog. Okay, here's Whisper White. This is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, okay? And then mint macaron, 3 3/4 by 5, so that it will layer like this and go here on the inside of the card, okay? And then we need a scrap of Whisper White for stamping. I'm using a pearlized doily, and this is a 2 1/4 inch punched circle of mint macaron. And then you'll need a piece of the designer paper. Look at those flowers. I know it's not new, but it's gorgeous, isn't it? And I cut some of these out to use to embellish, okay? So let me stack all this back up so I don't lose it, and we'll get started. So I'm gonna do this, and I have my ribbon. You also need some ribbon, and this is about 21 inches long, okay? So I'm gonna get my card up here and show you. You're gonna take this after you've gotten your scores and everything done, and you've triple folded your card. You want to come around like this, okay, and go about in the center, and then I'm going to flip it over on the back, okay? You want to be sure you have your opening going this way, all right? One time I made one of these and I put my ribbon on backwards, upside down. It was crazy. I had to rip it up. You know me. That happens sometimes. Okay, let me get this out of the way. So I'm going to take some snail and put it right here where to hold that ribbon in place. And I just do that on the back. Don't do it on the front, because the the main image is going to hold that ribbon down in the front. Okay? All right. So now, this is that just 5.5 by 4 1/4 piece of Whisper White that is going to layer just over top like that. Okay? So now we're going to be pretty generous with our adhesive. And come on around like this. Okay, here we go. And you want to center that where you have that border of Whisper White all the way around. There you go. Okay, so see, it's ready. And I'm going to go ahead and tie this bow so that these little ends don't get in my way. Now this is, you could just tie a knot. It's a pretty long piece of ribbon, but you would much rather have plenty than not enough, right? Okay. Hi, Rosalie. You're not too late. You're good, girl. All right. Thank you. When I tie with my little 2 bunny ears, it flips it around. Okay, that's not quite tight enough. Y'all aren't in a hurry, are you? Okay, here we go. That's going to be good. It's going to be anchored down, like I said, with that main piece on the front. Okay. This ribbon is retiring, I believe. It's a classic weave. And I will, after it's said and done here, I will trim these so that they're even. Okay, so now let's get ready with our, oh, Lisa. I should have done the inside first, but that's okay. I'll go back and do it later. All right, so let me do some stamping. I've got the I Cherish You, My True Friend. I know I can always count on you. And I'm going to ink this up in Memento Black. And I chose black ink because, you know, black is a color that was used on that designer paper. And I like the boldness of it. And it's easy. Okay, let's punch this out with a 2-inch circle punch. Look how that fits just perfect. Love it. Okay, let me see how I did my flowers. You want space at the top and the bottom because I'm going to glue some of those fussy cut flowers on here. Okay? All right. So now, put that punch away. Now I have this already punched. It's a 2 1/4 inch circle. And hi, Agatha. And then I have this doily. Okay? And I'm going to put that. You could do it behind or you could do it in front. I'm going to do it in front. And that's going to layer up just like that. All right, so let's get that going. I get so excited when I'm doing this for y'all that I forget the order to do things in. Because, you know, when you're creating, it's like, oh, let's try this. And, oh, let's do this. And you know, it's not in any certain order, so that when I go to do the video and it's live, it's like, okay, Lisa. All right. So I'm going to center that on that doily. And then this is going to center right here. So let's go ahead and put that down so we don't lose it. All right. Here we go. So see, it's already pretty even just like that, isn't it? All right, so I've already fussy cut some of the flowers out of this pattern here, okay? Staying with that mint macaron, tranquil tide, old olive look. And so on this, I just kind of play around with it and see how I want that. I want it stuck to the, you know, the circle there with the sentiment. And then I have this piece that I haven't finished cutting yet, because in case you aren't or don't fussy cut or haven't done it, I just wanted to share that when you're cutting, you move your paper and not your scissors. Okay, I'm just closing down on the blades, then turning the paper. It's just so much easier than trying to chop, chop, chop around. So turn that paper. Let's get kind of close. I'm not going to get too intricate with this. Just a little in and out here. Okay, so you see I'm just closing the blades, moving the paper. This is really the main accent flower here. Okay, I think I'm gonna tidy this up over here just a little bit since I went in and out on the other side. Okay? All right. Yeah, and this paper is gorgeous. It's beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I don't want to cover up my sentiment, okay? And I'm going to overlap those. So here we go with this one. Let's go ahead and put that on. That. And then this one's going to go down on the bottom here. Hi, Stacy. Okay, like that. And then for this one, I'm going to use a Stampin' Dimensional or two behind it. Okay, and we're going to overlap it just a tad. Okay, so see, isn't that awesome? I love this card. I love these colors. Okay, so I'm going to use my Artisan Pearls that also go along with this. These are retiring too, I believe. And I take your pick tool. And let's get some of these mint macaron. I'm going to put one right here. And then let's go right here. And then I'm going to put one down here. Let's do 3. Oh, I love it. Okay, so now let's finish the inside. Open up the package. Hi, Gail. Hi, Kathy. All right, here we go. Here's one. Okay, I already stamped the sentiment. Thank you for always being there for me. And that's going to go over top of this mint macaron piece. And you see how, you know, when I opened this up and I saw, oh, it's just Grapefruit Grove and, you know, not mint macaron at all. So I thought, how am I going to tie this in? So I forgot to mount a stamp, but that's not going to be any problem. What I did, do that, and then I fussy cut 2 of the flowers. I'm going to put the big one up here at the top. I'm just going in the corner here. Gail from Wisconsin, thank you for joining us. Glad you're here. Okay, where's my stamp set? Okay, so I did use this. And I want this little leaflet. Get my, and then I'm going to get my mint macaron ink pad. And then, whoop, just kind of come around the flower a little bit. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I think I'm just going to go like this again. Yeah. See, and you tie in the color and then it works with the background. Okay, let's get this out of the way. And we'll go ahead and mount that on the inside of our card. And we're going to be done with this one. And I have another card for you tonight, using some more of these products. Okay. Now let's tie it up. Of course, I would untie it to sign it, but I want you to get the finished look here. Okay, so who thinks they're going to make one of these? I love this card. I love that trifold. It's just different. Okay, let me trim this off a little bit. Okay, there's that card. Now I want to show you one I did in another color, just so you can get the feel of it. Here's this one. Okay, this is from that paper collection as well. Hey, Melinda. And but it's, you know, crumb cake and grapefruit grove. And what I did is I used these flowers. I inked up my stamp with Memento black ink and stamped off so it wouldn't be so dark. I wanted to be able to still read the sentiment. Stamped it and then, you know, stamped over top with this little stamp, watercolor look, and Grapefruit Grove, stamped off so it wouldn't be too dark. And then use crumb cake ribbon. And let's see what's on the inside. I think I finished the inside. Yeah, I did. I used some more of the little floral stamps in that little sprig. Okay? Yeah. Yes, Kathy, I love showing off both sides of the paper. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Okay, so there are 2 cards, and I'm going to just kind of clean my work area a little bit and get started on the next one, okay? All right. Move these out of the way. Okay. So, for the next card, we're doing this one, okay? And Blackberry Bliss, it's an easy card, but again, it's showing off the designer paper, and just chose some colors from this particular print. Blackberry Bliss and Rich Razzleberry are the stars of this show. And so let's see, this is an easy, quick one, and I've done a lot of the work. This one already, this is 2 by 5 1/4 piece of Blackberry Bliss. And I ran it through the embossing folder that is part of that sweet, I think it's the Lovely Flower embossing folder. This one. Okay. See it? Well, let's put it over that. And ran it through, and I put it more toward the top because my sentiment is going to go down here. I didn't want to cover up the embossing. And this is a piece of Rich Razzleberry that is cut at 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. So the excess is just, or the border is just on the right and left sides of this, not at the top and bottom, okay? And then I have a piece of the beautiful designer paper that is cut at 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. And that's going to layer like that. Then I have Rich Razzleberry to go behind that, 5 1/4 by 4. And so see, what I did on this one is I did my layers. The only layer that has border at all the way around is that back Blackberry Bliss card base. The other borders are just on the sides, you know, of each layer, I guess. Okay? All right. This is super easy, and it's going to just take just a minute. I have You Are Loved Completely. I believe that's what it says. You Are Loved Completely. This is from the Strong and Beautiful set as well. And I'm going to ink this in Rich Razzleberry. And stamp. And then I'm going to punch it with a 1-inch circle punch, just like that. Then I'll take a piece of rich raspberry and punch it with my Gail. I will post that later, okay? I will surely post that for you. I'll have a link to my blog and it'll be over there on my blog. Okay, so there is rich raspberry 1 1/8 inch circle punch. And I'm just going to very easily layer this up like that. And then from the Share What You Love embellishment kit that's also retiring, that coordinates with this set and designer paper, I got one of the little paper clips there. And I used some of my Nature's twine that's in the annual catalog and pulled off a couple of threads and made a bow. I've already tied it here around the top of that little paper clip. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is just clip it right there like that. And this is going to have a Stampin' Dimensional behind it. And then we'll be ready to put it together. Okay. Gail, if you're wanting to make that tonight, let me see. Oh, it's the big piece of paper, the trifold, Gail, is 5 1/4 by 12, scored at 4 and 8. Okay. All right, let me go ahead and layer these up. But I'll have all of the details on my blog. All right, here we go. Layering that up. Where did my little, here it is. I'm putting this on here before I lose it. Okay. All right, that's going to go right there. And then, I don't think I finished the inside of this card. No, I didn't. Not yet. It's kind of like an afterthought. I thought I've got to make another card with this paper. Oh, running out of adhesive. Okay. Now we're going to layer this on top of the rich raspberry. Like that. And then this is going to go over top of the Blackberry Bliss card base. Just like that. Thank you to those of you who have already shared. Thank you so much. Okay. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you are looking for a catalog, you can get, all you have to do is place an order from me in May and I will send you a free catalog, okay? All right, there we go. Okay, there are our cards. Let me find the other ones here. Okay, here we go. Here's the inside of the trifold. Okay, so if you do place an order in my online store, my host code is here. I do send a gift. Not only are you going to get a catalog from me, you're going to get a little gift from me. It's an embellishment that you'll enjoy. And be sure you visit my website. I'll have the link here tomorrow for the details on these two card projects, okay? And let's see what else. If you share, be sure you comment shared below the video. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. And I'll see you next week. And like I had said at the beginning of the video, I'm not sure if I'll be able to go live doing the demonstration, but I already have a video recorded for you. And it will post, and if I'm able, I'll come on and talk to you a little bit before I post the video. Okay? So, anyway, any questions or If I can help you with anything, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you.